So for all the attendees that are here, this is an open discussion. Feel free to ask our experts anything related to business, software, HR, CRM, implementation. These three are experts in literally everything they do.
Thank you, Haley.
And
So
Haley, I just wanted to mention, some of the experts, because they're working on client projects, uh, such as Barty, James, Pearman, they weren't able, and we have many more experts, by the way, but because they're working on some deadlines, they weren't able to make the session today. But definitely, the three of us will try to answer as many questions as we can. And for the questions we cannot answer, we will get back to the individuals, to the people that ask those questions.
wonderful. So I will invite everybody, if you have a question, feel free to enter it into the chat window, or sorry, into the question window, just as we've done all day. But I will kick it off with Joe. I have a question here. Can we basically integrate Sage 300 into any external solution?
So the answer, I hate to say it's always yes, because there might be cases where this is not possible, and it also depends on the system that we're integrating with, right? Is it open to integration? But basically, all the integrations, all the requirements or demands that we've had from our current customers for integration, we have been able to integrate external solutions to Sage 300. And one of the reasons is because of the structure on how the Sage 300 software solution has been built. And the same applies for Sage Intacct, right? Both of these products are best of breeds, and they allow for easy integration to the solution. Now, when you integrate, you always have to take a look at, is it worth it? I mean, we've had situations where clients, there's only a minimal of transactions that go between the systems. And in those situations, we may recommend that it may not be worth doing the integration. So again, I just want to mention, I'll say yes, we've been able to always integrate, but there will be situations where the external product doesn't allow us to integrate. Thank you.
Thank you for that. We have a question for Nancy. How would I know if Sage HRMS or Criterion is the best fit for us?
That's a great question, and whoever asked it, thanks for attending our session on Tuesday. Hopefully you got to check in on both sides, because we did have HRMS featured on track 1 and then Criterion featured on track 2. They are different products. The Criterion is an all-in-one product. It's SaaS, software as a service, subscription hosted by Criterion and all web-based, whereas HRMS is more modular and installed on your own servers. And because there's different features, there's some crossovers that things are similar, of course, it's human resources, so there's going to be similar features. But what we like to do is connect with you and do a discovery call. So getting your HR and your payroll staff together, anybody who's got information on how they use the systems and would like some input, and we talk to your organization about how you currently use the systems that you have, what your needs are, and then from there we can help to guide you as to which one would be the best fit for you.
Amazing. Welcome, Zainab. We can see you now. We can't hear you still, but we can see you. I have another question for Joe. If we customize our system, will the publisher continue to support us?
Okay, so yeah, just like that's a very good question, because we don't want to do anything that violates, Sage supporting the rest of the core modules. But the answer to this question is the way that BAASS does the customization, we do follow the protocols set by Sage, and we use the APIs to ensure that your support agreement is not violated. So we make sure we have close to 20 developers, people that help with integration, help with development, automation at BAASS for all our solutions. And we just make sure that they do get receive the training required to follow the protocols of the publisher. Thank you.
Thank you. Zainab, I'm glad you're here. We did have a CRM question. Can we have Sage CRM installed for our team to try before we do a full implementation? Yeah, you're still on mute, Zainab.
You're on mute, Sam.
There you go.
Sometimes like technology, it doesn't work. Can you have CRM installed just to try it out? Definitely yes. Is this the best approach? I will say will depend. And if you are really committed of going and trying it and making sure to test it, definitely you can go ahead and do it. But with over the years, with our experience, whenever a customer say, I just want to try it, we know that the success of that one will be very minimal. It is better to have it really discussed first to see how it will fit your business, because if it is not configured for what you need, the likelihood to like it and to make sure that it will do for you what you need, it will be really very critical. Thank you.
No problem. Nancy, we prefer to have the software installed on our servers. Does that mean that we can't use a tool like Criterion?
Great question. Criterion, as I just mentioned earlier, is usually hosted by Criterion, and for Canadian customers, it is hosted out of Montreal, so the data is in Canada. We have had some customers down in South America who, for internet reasons and things like that, would like to have it installed, or very highly technical places, or just somebody who really doesn't like the cloud. So Criterion does offer to have it installed. You would host the data from your servers, have the data on your servers, and host the website, because it is a web-based product. So you'd be hosting the website from your servers. But yes, that is absolutely a possibility. Great question. Thank you.
Amazing. Joe, if we have customizations, do they get affected during an upgrade?
Customizations can get affected during an upgrade. We try to develop the solution so that, again, it follows the Sage protocols. However, Sage sometimes changes their tables or the location of some of the data. So we do run tests, and that's why we encourage to do a test upgrade first. That way you make sure that all your customizations, all your reports, any other macros, that they will work. If they don't, we will upgrade your customization during the upgrade. So we will make sure. That's why it's very important to identify, when you do an upgrade, identify all the solutions that integrate all the customizations reports that you're using, so that we test that all these items do work with a new upgrade. Thank you.
Zainab, are you ready for another one?
Always.
Is it possible to upgrade Sage 300 without upgrading Sage CRM?
Yes. We always say yes to everything. Yes, it is possible, but what you will lose is the integration. So it is very, like if you decide to upgrade one of the systems but not the other one, yes, you can do that. But if the two versions are not compatible, that integration will not work anymore. And to do it later on, to upgrade the other system for later on, it will take more time to make sure with the difference of the data between the gap between the two upgrades. So it is definitely highly recommended to upgrade the two systems together.
Awesome. Joe, are you ready for one more?
Sure.
How do we know what customizations BAASS has created for other clients that could benefit us as well?
I should get Marcel or Haley to answer this questions, or Remington. Maybe Haley, I'll throw this question back to you. How can customers find out about these customizations?
Oh,
Haley,
Joe,
putting
that's
you
a great
on the
question.
spot.
I will let everyone know that we do have a marketplace, and I'm just going to bring that up for everybody on the website. So if you visit BAASS.com, let's see if this can work for us.
Yeah, while we wait for Haley, I just want to once again thank the marketing team of Marcel, Haley, and Remington for such a great uh, 5 weeks of putting this BAASS Connect virtual together. You've done an amazing job. I think, on my view, it's gone better than expected. We had a very ambitious plan of doing 10 sessions over a 5-week period, and I'd like to thank the marketing team, but all the individuals that helped in presenting and putting the content together. So go ahead, Haley. But we do have a marketplace. But in addition,
Yes.
and Haley's going to show it to you. But in addition to the marketplace, there might be other solutions that we've created for customers that are not on the marketplace. So please always let us know. Ask. Thank you, Haley. Go ahead.
So one of the most common ones that we know about and have talked about across most of BAASS Connect Virtual is an integration between systems. So BAASS Bridge is one of those great things. Reasons why Joe and Zainab and the rest of the BAASS team can say yes. In most cases, everything can work. So BAASS Bridge is one of the examples. But there is also other categories that are available, whether it's CRM, payroll, order entry. And in the case that you have a unique integration that's not here, the development team is more than capable to work with you and your unique business requirements to make an integration that's going to work for you and your team. So I will do it. Nancy, Zainab, Joe, anything else you want to add on the marketplace?
Right. No, I'm good.
Okay, I got it covered. So our next question is going to be for Nancy. If we add an HRIS solution, does that mean we have to move our payroll out of Sage 300?
Good question. And an HRIS solution is, really human resources information systems. It's everything to do with human resources, or your payroll, your HR, time collection, everything all rolled into one that has anything to do with the employees and the people that work for you. So if you have your payroll in Sage 300 now, and you're looking at Sage HRMS or Criterion, both of those do have payroll. Sage HRMS does have payroll in it, but it's the same payroll as Sage 300. It's just all run from HRMS. So for those customers who aren't using Sage 300 and don't have their payroll there, maybe they're going to Intact and they're looking for a payroll solution, HRMS with payroll in it is good. And Criterion, of course, has payroll in it because it's a full HRIS. Given that, though, if your payroll's in Sage 300 and you're looking at HRMS, we recommend that you leave the payroll in Sage 300. It's the same, exactly same platform, looks slightly different, and it shares the same general ledger as your Sage 300. So you're not replicating that in the HRMS database as a separate database. And there is a link that will bring the common information from the employee profiles in HRMS over to payroll. Same thing with Criterion. You can leave your payroll in Sage 300, and there is a link that will bring the common payroll employee data into payroll. Also, if you use Criterion to collect time on one of their timesheets or clocks, then you can pass that time with the bridge as well into your payroll in Sage 300. So you don't have to throw out something that's working well. You can just integrate with it. Thanks for the question.
Thank you. And our last question I have had come in is for Zainab. We're looking at a few different CRM solutions. How do I know which is the best fit for my organization?
Okay, this is a common question that it comes to us, like whoever asks, you are not the first one to ask this question, because this is common because thank you to Google. Today, everyone goes to Google before they purchase anything. And like even with personal thing, that's what we do. And I'm sure all of you will go ahead and search for CRM, which comes all very attractive, very good, like, but the example that I always use, you are looking for a car, what kind of car you want to buy. So yes, you can have Sage CRM, you can see Salesforce, Microsoft CRM, Oracle, and Goldmine, all of them are CRM, or even now HubSpot is CRM solution. But which one is the best fit is definitely depend on your requirement. The whole idea is there's a huge difference between the prices also. It is a huge difference, like the basic features are the same, but there are 20% different in the features give and take from each application. Because we have the knowledge of all these applications or these different CRM solutions, and what we do, we really we need to have calls with you to understand your pain points, to understand the objective, where you are looking yourself to see what CRM can do for you, for different people, for different department, how is the growth of your company is going. And based on that, based on these priority of these pain points, we recommend to you the best solution. Of course, you are the last one to decide in which direction to go. So that is what we go. Like, please, I always say, advise, please don't make a very quick decision based on one or two features that you think it is very good, because it might not be a very important feature for you, or the driver for you to choose the application. You can definitely consult with us, and we are more than happy to assist.
Amazing. We haven't had any more questions come in just yet, so I'd like to say thank you so much to Nancy, Joe, and Zainab for being available to work through these questions, and just allow any of you, if you have any closing comments or anything you'd like the attendees to know before we wrap up today.
I guess it's just to thank all the individuals that attended as well. I hope this has been an educational experience for you. And of course, if you have any other questions, please reach out to one of the presenters, your account manager, different practice leaders. So thank you very much.